Hello everyone, please specify whether audio and video is clear this time. Okay, are we live? Okay, so first we are going to discuss the questions of economics and subsequently rest of the parts will be discussed. Two important things, questions were factual, so a lot of questions were kind of very deep factual question. First is related to WTO, that is World Trade Organization. So its 13th ministerial conference, the conference had held in Abu Dhabi in UAE. For your reference, I have added some shows so that you can understand how the questions has been framed. Second question, again a very factual question. Again, it is not possible to remember each and every information like this. So question is, according to IIP data from MOSPI, which index experienced a significant growth in the financial year 2023? Okay, so if you see, this is the data of 2022-23, and in this the highest growth was witnessed in case of capital goods. Capital goods are those goods which are used for manufacturing consumer goods. And the second highest growth was witnessed in case of infrastructure and construction goods. So capital goods and infrastructure and construction goods, they experienced a significant growth. This is data of 2023, that is 2022 and 2023. Again, very factual question. Third question is, which of the following center in Bihar is proposed to develop under Vishnupad Yojana for the promotion of tourism in union budget? We have already discussed that. The answer is going to be Gaya. So it was mentioned in the budget itself, and Vishnupad temple corridor at Gaya and Mahabodhi temple at the Bodh Gaya in Bihar will be developed. So of course the answer is going to be Gaya. Next question is, in union budget speech for 2024-25, which oil seeds were noted as not being covered under the goal of Atmanirbhar for oil? Now understand, this is very important question. A, this type of question can be solved using odd even method. Let's try to see the options: soybean, groundnut, sesame and coconut. Now why I am saying odd one even? Reason being, if you see, these three are majorly used. So basically government is trying to reduce our dependency on imports. So these three are covered. If we talk about the shows, so it shows that mustard, groundnut, sesame and soybean and sunflower, these are going to be our focus so that we do not stay import dependent. That's the demand of the question. So correct answer is going to be, of course, coconut. Next is, according to CRISIL rating report, how much is the corporate bond market expected to grow by financial year 2030 in India? Again, very factual question, and usually magazines do not cover these kind of factual information, because again these kind of information will be full every day. There will be a lot of information, you cannot remember each and everything. Answer is going to be that it is going to be more than double, over 100 lakh crore by March 2030. So the correct answer is going to be this one, C. So either, see, in these kind of questions, either you know or you don't know. You cannot eliminate option because you don't even have the idea what kind of factual information they are going to ask. Next is, what were the share of agriculture, industry, services sector in overall GVA at current price in the financial year 2024 according to economic survey? So in the open discussion video of economic survey, we have already covered this. The good thing about budget and survey is that the questions were mostly from the first chapter itself. Apart from budget and survey, most of the questions related to economics were purely factual and were related to random information. So of course it is very difficult to prepare. So the correct answer is 17.7%, 27.6% and 54.7%. 17.7%, 27.6% and 54.7%. So in this particular case, C is the correct answer. Next is, which country took over the chairmanship of BRICS? It was a very easy question, very straightforward question. Russia was the host, so Russia took over as the chairman of BRICS from 1st of January 2024, and subsequently there was a summit in Kazan, and subsequently Kazan declaration was signed. So that's why it was very easy question. Next question is, by how much did the female labor force participation rate increase from 2017-18 to 2022-23 according to NSSO? Again, very factual question, but always remember this periodic labor force survey, this data is very important. So as per this, I have taken this shows from PIB itself, and previously in 17-18 it was 23.3%, now it has increased to 37%. So you need two type of information. Even if you have read the current information, you won't have idea of the previous information. So in this particular case, from 23.3% to 37%. So the correct answer is going to be D, from 23.3% to 37%. I am not going into too much detail because right now there is no point in discussing that. Okay, next question is, what is the position of India in the manufacturing of mobile phone in 2023? This has been covered multiple times, especially the India's mobile manufacturing capacity has increased because of PLI. Okay, so India became the second largest manufacturer of mobile, and thanks to PLI scheme that our production capacity increased. So I am just referring a shows of DD News itself that India became the second largest mobile manufacturing country globally. Next question is, according to RBI, what is the forecast of headline inflation in financial year 2025? Now this is interesting question. Why I am saying it is interesting? Reason being, RBI has updated its forecast. So previously the estimation was 4.5%, but recently the GDP data was released and GDP is lower than the projected data, plus inflation data was released, and that is why RBI has updated this inflation. Technically out of these options this is correct one, but RBI has now updated this to 4.8. So to be specific, if we talk about present date, none of them is correct. Why I am saying? Because RBI has updated it to 4.8%. But as far as the options are concerned, you will have to select this one because that was the actual estimation of RBI. Okay. Next question is, what is the full form of CGTMSE? Again, it is very logical question. It seems factual, but let's try to understand why I am saying it is logical. Every student know what is MSME. Now, in all of these four options, two important things are there. Micro, then small is missing, and then directly medium. Okay, this is incorrect. Micro and small. In this case, macro and small. Of course, this is not how things are designed. And last one is medium and small. So you can eliminate this option, you can eliminate this option, you have already eliminated this one, and this is going to be your correct answer. See, it is a type of question which you can solve using your basic common sense. These kind of question cannot be prepared because you cannot cram each and every information. But how you can arrive at correct answer? Because the combination is, first there will be micro, then there will be small, and then there will be medium enterprises. So logically if you see, if something is for micro, why it won't be for small? Directly they won't be medium. Okay. If something is for small, again macro and small. Macro simply means large, small means very small category. So again it won't be option. Medium and small, again it always start from micro, then small, and then medium. So even if you did not had idea, you could have arrived at correct answer using elimination method. Next is, according to RBI, which of the eligibility criteria for SFB? So basically small finance bank are there, they had the concern that they are not receiving too much deposit, and that's why they said that they need to convert into universal bank. And that's why RBI had specified certain guidelines. One such guideline was that their net worth should be 1000 CR, their gross NPA should be 3%, net NPA should be 1%. In this particular question, the question is about net worth. So the correct answer will be 1000 CR, that is option B. For your reference, I have embedded the news cutting so that you can refer it later also. Next question is, which of the following is a cause of rural to urban migration in India? It is a very basic question. Logically, it's a question of comprehension. So first option is few jobs in rural area. Of course, that is one of the biggest region. Then higher labor demand in cities. Again, quite logical. Unbalanced rural urban development. Yes, because of higher development in urban area, there are more job opportunity, and that's why people are forced to migrate. So all of these are the factors responsible for migration towards urban area, and that's why there is unplanned urbanization, congestion and slums. So these are the major issues. Next question is, which one is not included in budget priorities in the pursuit of Viksit Bharat in the Union budget? We have already discussed this, but this is very tricky question. Why I am saying so? Answer is, of course, sustainable development is not mentioned. But if you will try to solve these kind of question using basic common sense, you are going to commit mistake. Why? Because these are the 9 priorities which were mentioned: agriculture, employment, inclusive human development, manufacturing and service, urban development, energy security, infrastructure, innovation and next gen reforms. All 3 are mentioned. Logically, you will feel that sustainable development must have been there, because usually government give too much emphasis on this. But in this particular case, it was not explicitly mentioned, and that's why it is incorrect one. So the answer is A. Next is, which sector received the highest allocation in Bihar budget? Again, we have discussed this during our budget discussion. So education sector received highest, then second highest was given to rural development, third highest was given to social welfare and nutrition. So correct answer is going to be education. Next is, when did Bihar state introduce the green budget for the first time? So the correct answer is, actually it is shows from the government of Bihar itself, and the correct answer is going to be 2020-21. For the first time, in fact Bihar was the first state to do so, and that's why it is important. So the correct answer in this particular case will be 2020-21, that is option number C. Next question is, who presented the Bihar budget in the state assembly? Again, we have discussed this as well during our budget discussion. So the correct answer is Mr. Samrat Chaudhary. Next is, which of the following port is an artificial port? So the correct answer is going to be the Chennai. Chennai is the artificial port. These were the questions related to economics. Now, 2 important takeaway from this particular paper. A, you will have to cover factual information, and you will have to cover conceptual information as well. Why I am saying so? Reason being, sometime they may ask questions from this particular part. For example, if you notice, last year in 69th, lot of questions were conceptual. This time they have completely changed the pattern, that is factual one. Now if you will try to estimate what they are going to ask next year, I can assure you they are going to ask you those things for which you are not prepared. So make sure you focus on factual part as well as on the conceptual part, because in these kind of examination there is no shortcut. It is going to take at least 1 year, 1.5 years, and you are going to bet your life on it. So why to take unnecessary risk? Focus on the factual part as well as on the conceptual part, and start your mains preparation, because it doesn't matter. These kind of question papers are very difficult. Prima facie, this seems very easy because everyone will say it was very easy. But how much factual information you can recall in the examination hall? It is very difficult. Okay, now there will be discussion of the next part. Thank you and all the best for your preparation.
All of you. हम लोग आप सब लोग आज BPSC 70वीं की परीक्षा देकर आए हैं, और प्रश्न पत्र जब आपको एग्ज़ामिनेशन हॉल में मिले होंगे तो आपने 2 घंटे की कड़ी मशक्क़त के बाद उसको सॉल्व किया होगा। 2 घंटे के बाद आपके मन में ये जिज्ञासा जग गई होगी कि अब हमने कितना सही किया, कितना गलत किया, क्या किया। परफेक्शन IAS आपके उस जिज्ञासा को दूर करने के लिए उपस्थित है। अभी एक पार्ट का, इकोनॉमी पार्ट का आपने आंसर देखा है। मैं आपके सामने पॉलिटी यानी भारतीय राज व्यवस्था का जो सेक्शन है जिससे कुछ क्वेश्चन आए हैं उसके आंसर को आपके सामने रखूँगा। जैसा कि आपने देखा इस बार का जो बीपीएससी का प्रश्न पत्र है वह 69 के प्रश्न पत्र से अलग है। 69 में जो प्रश्न पत्र थे वो कंसेप्चुअल प्रश्न पत्र थे, विद्यार्थियों को थोड़ा डिफ़िकल्टीज़ फील हुई, लेकिन इस बार जब प्रश्न पत्र विद्यार्थियों के सामने आया तो वह अति तथ्यात्मक है ना, फैक्चुअल ज़्यादा है, कंसेप्चुअल कम है, जिसका परिणाम ये हुआ है कि एग्जामिनेशन हॉल से बाहर निकलने के बाद विद्यार्थियों के जो अब प्रारंभिक जो स्टेटमेंट रहते हैं उस स्टेटमेंट में सबने ये कहना शुरू किया कि प्रश्न पत्र बहुत इजी हैं। लेकिन क्या ऐसे प्रश्न पत्रों को इजी कहा जा सकता है, इसकी चर्चा भी करनी चाहिए। लेकिन अगर ऐसे प्रश्न पत्रों का मूल्यांकन करो आप तो निश्चित तौर पे इसको बहुत इजी की श्रेणी में नहीं रखा जा सकता। कारण स्पष्ट है, क्योंकि इसमें फैक्ट्स हैं और फैक्ट्स को याद रख पाना, एट ए टाइम उस 2 घंटे के बीच में उसको रिकॉल कर पाना निश्चित तौर पे ये एक चुनौतीपूर्ण काम होता है। ठीक है, तो खैर जो भी हुआ, अब तो 2 घंटे का समय बीत चुका है। हम लोग थोड़ा सा उस पॉलिटी वाले सेक्शन को एक बार देखते हैं कि क्या स्थिति है। जो अभी हम लोग बात करेंगे तो हमारे पास जो प्रश्न पत्र है, इस प्रश्न पत्र में क्वेश्चन नंबर 31 वहाँ से आपके पॉलिटी के प्रश्न जो हैं वो दिखने शुरू हो जाएंगे, वो दिखने स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे। ठीक है, तो हम लोग 31 क्वेश्चन से इसको स्टार्ट करते हैं। 31 क्वेश्चन से हम लोग इस पर बात करते हैं। देखिए क्या है, ये कह रहा है